So good evening, everyone. This is Beyond or Bejohned, however you want to call it. John is the Swedish version of John, so basically that's the name I'm using. This is a series which is going to be about schizoaffective disorder and about my life and how I've dealt with it for the past 11 years. About all the hurdles and the problems I've encountered, or more the solutions towards them. And my hope is that people will not make the mistakes that I've done. And I wish for people to see their own innate potential and well-being inside. And I will try to help with that as much as I can by sharing about my own life. Yeah. My attention isn't always very great. My memory isn't always very great. So it's going to be a flow of consciousness and sometimes some pauses. And I hope that's fine with you guys. Yeah. So I'm going to make the series, try to make a podcast once a day or 3 times a week or something like that. We'll see where it will end up. Yeah, so I don't know where to start really. It's been a lot of stuff that has happened throughout my life, and what I want to convey as much as possible is that you're perfect, and in your own way you have innate perfection. And I wish that I wouldn't have tried to become a better person as much as I've tried to. It's, what you can call spiritual bypass. I've spent my whole adult life seeking enlightenment, or, like, I finally killed my ego. Now I'm better than everyone else, something like that. And yeah, I've been struggling with memory. It's been really tough. That's the worst part with it, actually. I started taking a medicine. It might have been 2016. That might be the cause. I'm still on it because it's really difficult to taper it off, because you get really addicted to it. It's not that addicted that you really want it or crave it. It's just that it's a strong medicine, and if I would stop taking it, it would be like jumping off the balcony, mentally or psychologically speaking. That might be one problem. So then, why I'm still taking it. Yeah, I tried to stop and taper it off over a year ago, and I went into a psychosis, and that was scary as hell, where I spent 15 days first or more being more or less convinced I needed to stab myself in the chest with a kitchen knife or some kind of sharp object. And I really didn't want to do that, of course, because I want to live. And with the help of medicine, I came out of that, and so that was good. But I've been in psychosis maybe 4 or 5 times. Kind of hard to know. Or I mean, if I'm in a psychosis, I know it. But I'm gonna have to see and look back and talk to my family and stuff to know it exactly. But psychosis is kind of, I have schizoaffective disorder first and foremost, and that's kind of like saying schizophrenia. It's just you don't know really what it is. For me, it's been a lot of energies tugging and pulling and pushing my body and going through my body, piercing my body, and it's been really, really scary, which you can imagine. It's kind of hard for someone who hasn't had it to imagine it, especially if you're an atheist. You might think that it's your brain which is cuckoo or crazy, and like my father used to say, it's your brain fooling you or something like that. I was like, no, it's not really like that. I see my whole experience as a spiritual experience, and I'm more or less convinced that when I die, that will be a continuation of a different spiritual experience, or similar in some regards. Um, we'll see. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. And but I came from somewhere and I'm going somewhere now. I'm quite convinced of that. I've spoken to a lot of people who had near-death experiences as well, and I mean, having suicidal. I've been having. I have had suicidal ideation, or wanting to end my life. But I have family. I have nephews and nieces and family, which I live for, and friends. You know, and recently I've learned more and more and more how important it is to just be authentic with your friends. Like the other day, I think it was on Monday. This is Friday now. On Monday, I was with a female friend, and I was like, yeah, let's play this YouTube clip, or listen to this music. It's really nice, and we were gonna watch this movie, and I paused it over and over again. And after a while, I was like, I'm sorry. I feel like shit, my friend, And she said, it's totally fine. Like, it's even better because it's authentic. It's how I felt. And sometimes we were holding back the negativity and try to portray the positive stuff because everyone wants to be positive and happy. That's good, But sometimes when you're authentic or genuine, I don't know, that's better. That's worth more. And because people start relaxing and they start to get grounded in themselves and know what and who they are more, or like kind of find themselves in relationship to you. Because I can be running around la 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 doing things and not focus, and then when I sit down I'm like, okay, this is what's going on. I'm neither pushing anything away, putting anything towards me. Was this I'm just doing it this no, it was this Shaolin monk or something who said it's like when you're trying to pull something towards you, it goes away. When some trying to push something away, it goes towards you. So it's kind of an analogy of how it is to be with our feelings and thoughts. As much as you can just let things be and not try to meddle with stuff so much, the better it becomes. And like a friend of mine who's been struggling a lot with mental illness, he wrote many years ago. He's much older than me. He said that I have full acceptance of the process of life, or something like that, in Swedish. But anyways, so that really helped him. He could see that it's just an unfolding and unfolding and unfolding. And impersonal aspect of it as well. We're all persons, and I think we need to cherish that. That's good. But like, if you just look out at nature, it's on a play. I mean, the birds are playing, the rats are playing. I saw this bird attacking this rat today, and it was like, fighting back towards the bird, and nothing happened. They were like, okay, we're gonna go in different ways, or separate ways. But just the play of nature, and when the wind goes through the trees, the top of the trees, and it's like making this sound, and like how children play, unspoiled, they're just children, just being themselves, and if they cry fully. If they laugh fully. Whatever's going on is going on, and it's natural. It's a natural process. What we do is we meddle with it, because we learn when we're children that it's good to be happy, and it's bad to be sad. And I grew up. I'm usually quite personal, so I'm going to see how personal I'm going to be. But when I grew up in the countryside, and so my parents had friends and they had children. So when they invited people over, I would be like, okay, I need to make a list of things to do, funny things which will make the children enjoy being with me and come back, so that I have someone to play with. And it was stressful. Always trying to be this happy kid. And actually tomorrow, me and my friends are gonna watch this movie with Gabor Mate, which is the Wisdom of Trauma. I think it was released 2021. I haven't seen it yet, and you know, he seems like a really cool dude. But there's a lot of other cool dudes out there. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's see what happens with that. There's a lot of stuff to go through, and I'm probably in this series gonna talk about my life. I have an ADHD diagnosis since I was 12, I think. 8, I got some other Swedish diagnosis called DAMP, dysfunction in attention, motor control and perception, which is totally like not connected to any other study. Just kind of went away quite fast, that diagnosis. Yeah, so it's been, you know, I got medicine. I got between 12 and 19, I got amphetamine type of medicine. First real amphetamine, later on another compound which I can't pronounce in English. But yeah, through my teens, I was speed basically, like you know. Usually people with ADHD, they get really calm when they take these types of medicine. But I was like a typical person on amphetamine, you know, and hanging out with my friends and stuff. So, you know, that wasn't maybe the best decision, but there was a doctor who prescribed that, so I needed to take it. And my parents kind of enforced it because they listened to the doctor, the good doctor, yeah. Good old doctor. Yeah, so I can see now it's almost 12 minutes. Gonna try to keep it to this amount of time. There's a lot of stuff to say. There's been a lot of hurdles and things along the way that have been difficult. But you know, it's good to focus on the nice things in life and cherish the people you have around you. Cherish the things you have, and you know. But that's also difficult. You know, that's also difficult. It's a challenge, in a way. Live. I don't know. I'll continue another time. But thank you everyone for listening to me. It's Bejohned, and have a great evening. Lots of love to you guys. Bye.